Hi there. So I'm going to give it a minute for people to get in. I'm wearing a bit of a cozy sweater today. It's not like super cold out, but I'm a little chilly. Hello. Welcome to the broadcast. I don't know what to call this. I'm not sure if I'm really podcasting, but we'll see. Hey, everybody. As usual, you know what happened last week? Last week, I thought that I was going live on Facebook. Turned out I was not, so I'm going to just do a quick check right now just to make sure that I'm actually visible on Facebook. Oh, yeah, I think. Yes, great. Okay. Hey, this is Lisa from A Knit Sheet, the happy little yarn store in Mount Laurel. And today I have a lot of shop news to share with you, but I think what I'm going to start with is the knit along progress. I am doing a knit along with Debbie of Stitches by Debbie Trainer. And she is a designer of the Storms Always Pass scarf. As you can see, I've got a good bit going. Actually, last night I was really excited because I finished my first ball of yarn on this much of the scarf. So far, I am really enjoying it. It is a peaceful and meditative knit, and I love the story of how she came to design this. She was actually at a conference for knitwear designers, and she got caught in a hurricane. A hurricane came and she was stuck there for a few extra days. So she rode through the storm and created this scarf out of that experience. And I just thought the name was a real metaphor for the year we've all had. So I'm working this in Plymouth Encore. I think it was 3 yarns that would be really great for this. You want something that's going to show stitch definition and something that'll be comfortable around the neck. So I suggested Plymouth Encore, which is a wool and acrylic blend. I also suggested Baroque Ultra Wool because your stitches will pop in that yarn and it's going to be really comfortable around your neck. And both of those have the advantage of being washable. And, you can tumble dry low. The third yarn I suggested was Stargazer Brushed, which is 100% baby llama. So super soft, super cloud-like. And that would be a hand wash variation. But it will also still give you the beautiful definition. Because if you're building all this texture into your work, you really want it to be visible. So totally enjoying this. Really, really love it. And I'm counting this as a completely finished ball of yarn. So I'm going to join my second ball later on today. I also wanted to talk to you guys about a couple of new things I have going on in the shop. Very exciting. First, I've got in this beautiful chunky yarn. It is Universal Yarn Deluxe Chunky. It's $8 a skein, and of course I forgot to put that up ahead of time, but we'll fix that. We have it in a whole bunch of colors. once again, it is Universal Yarn Deluxe Chunky. It works up to 14 stitches and 18 rows to 4 inches if you're knitting, and if you're crocheting, it works up to 13 stitches and 16 rows. And that would be on a J hook. And the needle size for knitters would be a US 10 or 6mm needle. So basically the same size needle, and it's getting you almost the same size swatch. So let me show you the colors. I think that you're going to like these. There we go. So Universal Deluxe Chunky is about $8 a skein, and we have a variety of neutrals and color pops. I've been seeing a lot of this olivey green this season, so we thought we'd include that color. But the brights are really popping and fruity and bright too, so we went with bright fruity colors. So that was the kind of pinkish red was cerise. We got a sherbet and this bright poppy yellow. Now all of these colors will just come to life next to the neutrals. Now yellow and gray are the color of the years this year. And I think putting those two together would be fabulous. Ultramarine blue, beautiful natural. And that cream color, that is the natural color of the wool. So it's completely undyed, which I think is a wonderful option, especially if you have someone with sensitive skin who may not be able to tolerate the dye. You can have an undyed version and still have that beautiful creamy color. Now, the skeins are 100-gram skeins, 120 yards to 100 grams. You could easily make a hat out of a single skein. That's no problem at all. But I had a couple of suggestions. There is the chunky lace hat. Let me just bring that one up. The chunky lace beanie is what it's actually called. Now, if you're not one who typically does lace, this is a really nice way to get started because it's not lacy and tiny, you know? Mm-hmm. Look at that. You get the beautiful stitch definition, but it won't be, that you're knitting forever. And I think it looks equally good with pom-pom or without pom-pom. So it really just depends on the direction you'd like to go in. Now, I did find a really cool cowl for the crocheters. I'm slightly unprepared for this one, so I did not look up that cowl ahead of time. Sorry about that. All right, I'll come back to it. But I believe we have it in about 8 colors. So there's going to be a shade for everyone. I'm thinking cowls, really quick hats if you're doing any gift knitting. Also, it is the yarn we've chosen for the handbag class that we have getting started. Let me pop over to classes. We're doing a class on the Huntington carryall, and I thought this would be ideal. So you want to make the main body of the bag in the neutral yarn, and you can use one of those bright pops of color to just set it off. So that would be awesome. The next class is starting on March 20th, and it's a 2-session class. So March 20th at 2 o'clock, that's on a Saturday, and we have a second session for the Huntington Carryall, and that's going to be April 24th and May 8th. Isn't this year galloping away with us? Good grief. Oh, at 4 o'clock. There we go. So how's everybody's doing? I think you're going to like it. And in that yarn, it's going to be delicious. I hope everybody's having a good day today. I'm just happy our weather has improved. And if we've gotten all of our snow in, that's fine by me. No more snow. We also have the Flax Sweater class coming up. And I recommended Barocco Ultra Wool for that sweater because it has a beautiful detail that goes down the sleeve and it will pop in Ultra Wool. Let me show you that one. So it's a simple, really modern pullover, and this was the little detail I was telling you about on the sleeve. That's going to show up so beautifully in Ultra Wool. Now, who is this class for? The next class is coming up on April 3rd. That's going to be the starting date. It's 4 sessions, and it's on Saturdays at 2. This would be a great first sweater if you want to get started in your sweater making career. It is a all-in-one piece, top-down raglan style sweater. So when you bind off the last sleeve, you are done, nothing to piece together, but you'll still have someone to guide you through picking the right size, you know, getting started, setting up your raglan increases, and generally making a sweater that you'd be very happy and very proud to wear when you're done with it. And this pattern is size inclusive, so it goes, I think, from children's sizes, so from newborn babies all the way to a 60-inch chest. So there's a flax sweater out there for every person. So we have a brand new chunky yarn. I have some more little goodies coming in that I can't really tell you about just yet. But there is a new book on the horizon. I have a pre-order already set up for it. It is called Embody. When I saw the write-up for this book, I was like, count me in. I am absolutely interested in this. Now, the book, I'm probably going to massacre Jackie's last name because I'm not really sure how to pronounce it and I get a little confused every time. But the book is by Jackie Slesack and it's called Embody. I do have it available to pre order, but Jackie's whole ethos is about creating, and what this book is about creating a capsule wardrobe of items that rather than you have one pattern, you're going to make it the same way every time. There's two knitting patterns and one sewing pattern that you can make and remake into different garments. So there is a sweater that you can make as a cardigan or as a pullover sweater, a dress that can turn into a tunic or another kind of top. So with these three patterns, you'd be able to make, it says 25 unique pieces from the three cornerstone patterns. And the way she's designed things, it just gives you the pattern as a starting point so that you can change and adapt it so it fits your body your way. As you see, Jackie is a crop sweater kind of girl. So this is for people who sew and people who knit. And oh, the third pattern is, third knitting pattern is a shawl that you can change and revise to be the type of shawl you want to see in the world. Now, how the book will work is it's a physical book. You'll have the three patterns, the two tops and the dress, plus all the instructions you need to interpret and reinterpret these three pieces into up to 25 different garments. So you want to add bust darts? No problem, the instructions are there. You want to change the length or the shape of a hem? The instructions are there for that. So that what I think the nice thing is about this pattern is that everything you take away from this book is transferable to other things you might want to make. So it's more than just a pattern book. It's a way to change your relationship with future patterns that you might want to do. Also, this is size inclusive, so it's graded from, I believe, a 32-inch chest to a 64-inch chest. And for you sewists out there, or people that both knit and sew, the sewing patterns can be printed at home on 8.5 by 11 paper, but she also included copy shop files that you'll get a code that you could download into and have it printed for you on bigger paper. So, as if that all of that's not enough, Jackie herself is going to be running a knit along that starts on March 29th. The book has not published yet. It's going to publish on March 25th, but you can pre-order it so that you can have it in hand on or about March 25th and be ready to start the knit along, sew along. Now, is Cal Sal a thing? Because that's how I've been thinking of it, as a Cal Sal. So that you can take part in the knit along and or the sew along. That's going to start on or about March 29th. I think her official start date is March 29th. She did a video on YouTube, I think yesterday. Now, if you didn't get a chance to see it, you can visit her YouTube page. Or I have included, I'm going to just throw a link into the chat because I did a blog post about Embody and I included her introductory video in the blog post. So you have it all in one place on my blog. Now, any of the items I mentioned today, I have direct links to in the description bar right below the video. And that's if you're on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, the links are in the description. And I think on Facebook, it's above the video. But the links are all there. Do check it out because I think we're going to have a really good time with this. And when you finish the project that you're going to do, like I said, I think you're going to walk away from it really prepared to tailor your knitting patterns and your sewing patterns, because the sewing pattern is built the same way, to what you want. Because haven't we all had that sweater or that project we decided to do, but there's one thing about it that we didn't like, but we weren't really sure how to make the change? This is going to be the knit along that puts you on that path to where you can make the alterations that you want to make to really make the garments that you make yours. So I have one last thing. I am doing a giveaway. Now, I've been talking about this giveaway on my blog, and now I'm going to let you guys know about it. If you are not a subscriber to my newsletter, please subscribe, because what I'm giving away is a kit for a for a hat and mitten set. It is called the Brise hat and mitten set, and it's from Avoca yarn. Super cute. I'm going to pop a picture of it up here. This is Brise. It's both a hat and a mitten set, and it's done in Avoca Pirouette. Beautiful yarn. It is a mix of alpaca and wool and viscose, I believe. So it's soft, it's got a bit of texture to it. And what you'll get in the kit is 3 skeins of Avoca Pirouette, plus the pattern, that's a written pattern, because, paper pattern. And that will be enough to make both the hat and the mittens. So what do you need to do to be entered into the giveaway? Subscribe to my newsletter if you're not already a subscriber. And if you are a subscriber already, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So I will be choosing from among all the people who either sign up to subscribe to my YouTube channel or the newsletter between today, which is March 4th, and March 15th. Put you all in a pot and do a random drawing for the set, for the kit. I think that will be fun. Now, if you don't knit, it will still be enough to crochet a hat and mittens for you too. So I hope that I get a lot of entries. It'll be really fun. Just like mix that all up. Like I said, if you are already a subscriber to my newsletter, feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if not, if you're not a subscriber at all, I don't mind double dipping. You can sign up to the newsletter and sign up for my YouTube channel, and you'll have 2 chances to win. Does anybody have any questions? I'm going to post a link to copy the sweater class. It's kind of a long link, but you can either click it or copy and paste it. It should be fine. And one to the Huntington Carryall. That will take you like directly to the class listing. It's such a cute bag. I really like it. There we go. But thanks so much, and I will see you guys next week. Oh, almost forgot. Before I go, New Jersey Wool Walk is coming. We're a participating store. There's a brand new Wool Walk website. You put the address up on screen. It's www.njwoolwalk.com, April 17th to April 25th. And I'm just going to let you guys know the passports are going to be available for sale next week. All right. Thank you so much for stopping in. Hope you all had a good time. I sure did. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.